Temani rasa, nikmati Jakarta.
So hi guys!
But first, before we get right into it, let me briefly explain about Jakarta. Jakarta has 5 administrative cities: West Jakarta, that where the airport located, South, East, and North are where people usually live, and very urban, considered Jakarta is the capital city of Indonesia. Lastly, Central Jakarta, where the architecture in Jakarta comes from and a lot of Dutch colonization's heritage. In this video, I'll cover mostly South Jakarta, where I live in, and Central of Jakarta. Central Jakarta is the smallest amongst 5 but the most powerful ones as it have a large numbers of international hotels and major landmarks. I visited Kota Tua, Lapangan Banteng, and Gelora Bung Karno Stadium. Kota Tua is the real heritage that we can see now from the Dutch colonization, and many renovation has been made in order to keep up with the modern life and wreck construction from the past. In this footage and photos, we can definitely see the slated roof, fake concrete, tiles, and huge windows and doors. Here's a guide in historical aspects of Central Jakarta's design come from. Although theirs hasn't so much of a difference, but we can definitely see the impact on modernization on old buildings like this. Lapangan Banteng is a historic monument to remember the West Irian liberation, but has a major renovation in 2018 by Indonesia famous architect Yori Antar. While I was being there, it was actually very nice and quite rare in Jakarta to have such a huge green park like this, but there's a lot of public amusement for people to chill. The structural aspect of the building is very functional, as many people use this place to exercise, having gatherings, and basically for aesthetic purposes, it's good for taking Instagram-worthy pictures. Gelora Bung Karno is Indonesia's largest stadium. It was built because of Asian Games 1962 and renovated in 2018, prior to Asian Games. A lot of Indonesia traditions really represents in the design style, and the capacity of the stadium is almost 80,000 seats. It was very big, very spacious. And Gelora Bung Karno displayed modern architecture with its main feature of temu gelang roof structure as an innovative discovery during that time. As Senayan was chosen to be the location of Gelora Bung Karno, the settlement was moved to the Ubud and triggered a new development in East Jakarta. Basically because of Gelora Bung Karno, most of locations or area in Jakarta started to make their own innovations and improvement. Many of events has been held in the stadium like Asian Games, big concerts like Blackpink, and there's a great place for you to play a roller skate inside the stadium. It was very fun and very good to attract young kids these days to take an Instagram picture. Closer to the GBK Aquatic that was designed by Andra Martin, he is also one of the Indonesian famous architect with Yori Antar also, and the roof is shaped like a wave stroke and corrugated roof. In this part, we can see that as the nation rises, the social economics accelerated, the building eventually becoming more simple and also more modern. For South Jakarta is a prosperous administrative city compared to others, and many central businesses district happens to be in South Jakarta. For example, SCBD, Sudirman Central Business District, as Jakarta is a central place for control of Jakarta or the national economy and a significant industrial hub. Many of Jakarta hipster place located in here. There's a lot of coffee shops, startup businesses, restaurants, and cool clothing store. But almost half of South Jakarta is filled with residential neighborhoods. For an example, building that I personally admire too is South Quarter, that is located in TB Simatupang, Cilandak, South Jakarta. Innovative breakthrough in buildings designs and sustainability features is very inspiring for me. That's also one of the reasons why I choose this building. The whole building and landscape is inspired by nature of Indonesia, and the color itself is very earthy combined with green park life and inspired from Indonesian rattan basket. Place consists of workplace, mainly about workplace, but underneath it there is a lifestyle mall. But when I went there, it was in the middle of pandemic, so I didn't really capture a good example of the mall. The materials that was used in the building is in situ reinforced concrete for the floor, micro concrete tiles on steel rafters for the roof, and the external shading device makes an energy-saving lighting for the internal spaces. This is one of the main reasons why I chose this building, because the dome between the three towers is the one that really mesmerized me the most. Because it was made by ETFE, plastic roof structure, which is not very common in Jakarta. Probably this is the first time I saw a building using ETFE. And as you can see, there's a batik mega mendung pattern, and parang Jogja together creates a really beautiful sun shading. It was very Indonesia. This dome is covering the mall underneath it, and the mall consists of food and lifestyle activities. Now, as we can see that the issue in Jakarta probably facing the same problem with other capital city in the world, because they're really affecting the identity of Jakarta, and because it changes along the time by people forced to live comfortless just for the sake of aesthetics. For example, like blinds in the apartments, before it was very simple, now they make it very complex. And the city planning also becoming a different, because Jakarta now just included MRT and LRT rails to the map. Before, there were nothing. It was just rails for trains. And this change is mainly influenced by politics, arts, and people that are living in the city. I hope this video may help people understand what Jakarta dealing with in issue of modernity, and I hope it's clear now so you guys can really know more about Jakarta. And thank you for watching. It's me, Deandra, Almaira, Danil.